as they are.
John, in the same region, there is your own country of origin, Australia, about which you made one of the more moving films, documentaries I've seen, Utopia, about the condition of the Aboriginal people. But this country, again, is one of those countries which is not independent.
No.
In terms that it has, willingly decided first to be a total satellite of the British Empire and subsequently of the American Empire. Apart from a short period in its history, a very honorable period, when Gough Whitlam refused to play ball any longer and was unceremoniously removed.
Yeah, that's right.
This is a sort of a continental base for the empire.
It's the ultimate vassal state. A vassal state isn't used much these days, that expression, but it is. It's like a state of the United States. The intelligence and political and military establishment in Australia is entirely integrated into the US. The military is integrated, the officers are integrated, the intelligence community is integrated. The extremely important spy bases in Australia, Pine Gap, which during the first Cold War was important. The Pine Gap has played a major role in Obama's drone wars, drone assassination wars. So that was founded by the CIA. It's called a joint facility. It isn't. Other bases, there are two new bases being built. One which will be for undoubtedly nuclear-armed US ships in Western Australia, and there's a new marine base in Darwin. And Australia's so-called defence budget is going to be proportionally one of the highest in the world. This is a country that has no enemies. Its only enemy is a shadow that it keeps chasing.
And which keeps changing.
It keeps changing, that's right. It has no enemies, no one wants to invade it. Everyone would wish that it just was there and behaved decently. But it has no wars on the horizon. But it has this enormous military intelligence complex because it's important to the United States. Australia is being drawn in to play a significant role in this standoff, as it's becoming, with China. Australia has been effectively ordered to go and sail its warships into the Spratly Islands and challenge these, the Chinese, where they're building airstrips on the Spratlys and parasols and everything, which is highly provocative, completely unnecessary. So Australia has always been a kind of military mercenary state. It sent teams to be part of Operation Phoenix in Vietnam, black teams.
It fought in Vietnam.
Yeah, it fought.
The only country to do so apart from South Korea. No European country sent troops.
No. There's a bit of SAS was sent from here.
From here, but
no, officially,
no.
And to get Australia into Vietnam, the Prime Minister then, Menzies, had to invent a letter of invitation from the the Vietnamese government. When they were in there for a while, and they conscripted troops, and they were being, it was a catastrophe. These young men were treading on mines and being drenched in Agent Orange and so on. They actually asked the Lyndon Johnson administration, do you think we'll be long? How long do you plan having this war? And the reply from Bundy was, we have to tell the British but we don't have to tell you. You are with us, come what may. And they accepted that. And that's unfortunately, that is Australia. Nothing has changed there. And at the moment we see Australia doing a deal, so-called deal with the United States. Is going to take these poor refugees that it's imprisoned in Nauru and on Manus Island, these people who've survived the sea journey, have been put in these tropical hellholes.
And being abused.
And abused, including children, and they're now going to swap them. The US government has said, well, we'll take those because there are quite a few Australians who are objecting to this. Thank goodness, they are objecting to it. So it's a bit of an issue. They've traded them for Latin American refugees who will then be sent to Australia. So they get Muslims, the US gets Muslims and others.
And Australia gets Catholics.
And Australia gets Catholics.
John, I mean, you've written about this, I know, extensively.